Okay, let's say that you've done it. You finally discovered www.littlewargame.com/play. You go into the opening screen, you decide to make an account, and once it's done and signed in and you've successfully gotten in, this is the screen you show up at. Now, if you're a player who's been playing Little Wargame for some time, this won't be a very different or ominous or impressive looking screen to you. But if you are a new player, it can be hard to understand what all the things are that you now have access to on this main screen. And if you're a player who's been playing for a little while but wouldn't call yourself new, I still suggest that you watch this video because you may get some extra use out of this screen that perhaps you didn't know existed before. We're going to start with hotkeys and the options menu. Now, the options menu has more to it than just hotkeys, but this is the thing that you will go here most often for. You can also toggle whether or not you are on full screen, and to what degree you receive messages, either never, only when you're not in-game, or no matter what, all the time. You can change these hotkeys here. You can also look into the frequently asked questions and load a custom AI. Custom AI can be used if you want to fight a computer opponent that is different or personally made, and thus different from the basic AI that you will play against if you were to click play versus CPU. This can be used for mods and additionally for melee or competitive maps. But if you have questions about how to make a custom AI, that won't be covered here. I suggest that you go to the Discord and go to AI TAC Discussion, where you can see a group of people who are endeavoring to do just that. You can also, on this sliding bar, manipulate your sound effects, music volume, and scroll speed. Scroll speed impacting how far you scroll on a window when you push your mouse to the edge of said window in-game. You can also change these various options. Enable mouse scroll in mouse full screen mode, invert middle mouse button scrolling, don't show HP bars when full HP. I personally am going to toggle that. No menu or lobby music, and no rain effects. I think I'm going to toggle that as well. Next, we go to friends and messages. This very clearly is friends on the left and messages on the right. On the left-hand side, you will see what friends that you have that are online or offline. If you try to add a friend using send new friend request here at the bottom and manually typing in a person's name, let's say Latify, send new friend request, you will see that you have outgoing requests. It's up to the person who has an outgoing request to accept it. You will be able to accept incoming requests if they were coming in to you, because instead of just seeing remove, you will be able to see add. Moving on, we have messages. Messages over here bring up all of the windows that you have previously selected or that other people have sent you as a message. Here's one way that we can get a message. If you click on a person's name and go to the button up here to chat with this player, look at that. That now populates in messages. This bar right here shows that I'm talking to Hero. If I were to close out of it, or if we were to have any conversation and I had forgotten the context of it, while I'm still logged in, I can go to Friends and Messages, click Hero, and I can see the history of messages here. We're going to go to the next section, clans. So I personally have a clan, but you don't have to have a clan. If you do have a clan, obviously you can show all clans. You can ask to join clans that exist, and if you do have a clan yourself, you can edit what its name is, you can edit how you would describe it, and depending on your power in the clan, you may be able to make moderator, or make admin, or just note the clan listing of all the people who are in said clan. A message board for a clan will be a place where all clan members can type something that, once typed, will have a message sent out to everyone. So, for instance, shoutouts to Durpo for joining Mod N, or I would if I had the internet, says Lugia TJ. If you don't know what clan you want to join, or if you are unfamiliar with what clans exist, you can click Show All Clans, which, unsurprisingly, will show all of the clans. And it will show you the number of members that they have, in addition to what their tag is. The tag will be represented on the left-hand side of the player whenever they are shown in this right-hand window. We're not quite there yet, but that's something for you to know. And if you're unsatisfied with your clan, you can, of course, leave clan. I'm in charge of the clan Mod N, so I don't think I'm going to leave it for the purpose of this discussion, but just so that you know that it can be done. Next is the smiley face, unlockable items. Unlockable items comes into 4 separate categories here: emotes, skins and dances, premium account, and treasure chest. Emotes show all the small icons that can be used in lobby chat or in chat between players. by private message. You unlock these either by increasing in level or by paying a small amount of in-game gold or a small amount of real-life currency. With the small exception, of course, of ranked division badges. I'm only 2nd division, so I do not have the emote for Div 1. But all of these other ones, Star, Mages Guild, Dragons, all of these are things that you can unlock either by increasing in your level, paying in-game gold, or paying a small amount of outside of the game real money. So, let's go back. Next are skins and dances. Skins and dances follow much the same unlock requirements, and these are custom skins for your units. Right now the custom skins extend to the soldier, the archer, and the worker, the mage. There are also dances. That is, if you go into a game with a soldier or a worker and you type /dance, again, the command to do it will be shown here, /dance or /dance2, then the units will stop what they are doing and they will start dancing. I mean, look at these soldiers go. Like, does this not look like a taunt to you? Imagine beating someone and then taunting them. I mean, it also is just cool that they have that animation. Moving back, we can go to Premium Account. A Premium Account includes the following features. Your name will be green over here in the player window, the benefits of which we will get to in a second. You will have bonus experience points from games. You won't see an ad in the main lobby bottom left-hand corner. And additionally, you have access to premium exclusive emotes. My 8 Premium account expires in approximately 39 days and some change, and you can extend the duration of your Premium account for 3,500 in-game gold. You can get that in-game gold by leveling up, or by being gifted it in some rare cases, or alternatively, if you want to have access to, you can get some by the treasure chest. So the treasure chest works as follows. Treasure chests may contain random items, and you never know what you will get. You may get some gold, an item, or something else. There may be even secret items in some treasure chests. I will note that there are some items that exist in the treasure chest that you cannot purchase with in-game gold or otherwise normally. And that is something of a lottery for 1,000 good. So that's all of that for the unlockable items. We're going to go to the achievements. Achievements identify what achievements you have unlocked, which showcase themselves by being bright in color, such as red, green, or yellow. It also identifies what achievements you have not received. So for instance, I have won 50 ladder games, the reward is 150 gold. I have yet to reach the achievement of contender for winning 100 ladder games. Therefore, it is grayed out. Most achievements reward you with in-game gold or mark some other accomplishment that you have had. Therefore, it's highly suggested that you look at these achievements. Maybe it'll give you something to look forward to and to work towards. Just to the right of those 5 buttons indicates the amount of gold that you have. You can go ahead and purchase more under Get More, but no pressure if you decide not to. Over to its right, we have New here, read the FAQ. You can close out of this section if you would like, and if for any reason you would like to get back to the FAQ, remember you can go to the options screen and click the FAQ here. The FAQ provides a lot of information. Some of it is a bit more than covers the scope of this video, but just know that it is a good place to get some extra information you may not have otherwise known. To the top right section here of the top bar, we have a couple legal notices in imprint, terms and conditions, and privacy policy. You shouldn't have to know much about what's going on here, but essentially they cover a few of the basic rules and the legal requirements for LittleWarGame. You can also look at the version. The version right now is version 4.3, and if you click on the version update, it will give you a version log. For instance, version 4.3 goes over all the changes that it's made in overview and balance and new units and new buildings and new features and bug fixes. Additionally, you can go to quick links over here on the right. Don't click on quick links, just scroll over it, and when you do, you will notice that there are a set of social media points of reference that all pertain to LittleWarGame. You can access the Facebook, Discord, subreddit, wiki, this YouTube channel, and perhaps you can access more IO games. With that top bar finished, we're now going to get to the middle section of this main lobby screen. This main section is divided into 4 windows, and we're going to cover them in the following order: first, second, third, and fourth. So the first window right here shows your name, the clan that you belong to, any divisional badge related to what your ranked ability or score is, your positioning as it were, and your level and current experience bar. Clicking on the clan name will bring up what the clan is that you are a part of, if you are in fact a part of one. And again, if you want to be part of one, you can go ask other players to join their clan, or look at the list of clans in the clans button. You can also click your name. If you click your name, you will go ahead and see a list of items. You will see this for every player, but it will be a little bit different for you. So you will see the General tab, which will give general information, the role of the individual, and an editable personal text. Obviously, you can only edit the personal text of your own account. It wouldn't be very good if you could edit the personal text of another person's account. You can also go to LittleWarGame to get an indication of what the win-loss record is of the person and when they played or won those games. You can then go to Friends and see how many friends they have. In fact, if you know that someone is a friend of another person, it may be useful for you to reach out and try and access that person that way. You can also go to Maps. This will identify the name of all of the maps that the person has uploaded that are currently inside of the game. And Achievements. Again, you can see the achievements that an individual has accomplished, in addition to all of the emotes that they have access to. Again, this icon can be reached after you play 5 ranked games, and this level just indicates your current experience and the experience you need to reach the next level. You get experience from games you play. If you level up, new features will be unlocked. Some emotes only exist and can only be unlocked by a person of sufficient level. And that's all there is to say for now. Below that, we have the games lobby. The games lobby works in the following way. If there is a game that is in the games lobby, you may notice that it will say the name of the map that it's running on the left-hand side, the number of players in the player's position of that main map lobby versus how many can play. This does not count spectators. So for instance, Nexus Mega can allow 6 people to play the game, but it seems that only 5 people are currently playing the game of the potential 6 that could. Additionally, the game will tell you whether or not it is running, or if it is locked. Excellent timing, and very fortuitously, 3v3 Weirdos is at 1 of 6. There is only 1 active player, now 2 active players, and the game is not currently running. This means that the individual is looking for more people to play and to join and enjoy the time with them. Meanwhile, if we look over at Nexus Mega, it's currently running. And the fact that it's running means that nobody else can join the game right now. In fact, if you try, you will be told by the server, this game is already running. We're not going to join this game, and in fact we could not now that it is running, but if you join a game, you will see an in-game lobby that is very similar to what we'll cover down here in the play and play versus CPU play bar. So we'll get after that in a second. Now we have the main area. This main area is the main chat area. Everyone that's in the game currently can talk in this main chat area. So, talking in the main chat. Excellent. Whenever you chat, there will be an indication of the time to the left of your name, the clan name of the person speaking, and then the name of the person speaking. As before, you can click on the clan name or on the name of the person who's speaking here and get an idea of all of the aspects that they belong to, such as I said, the clan that they belong to, or perhaps some information about the person and their accomplishments. Everyone can talk inside of the main chat lobby, and it's highly encouraged that you do, provided that it is not in violation of any of the Discord rules that were, or the other rules that were explicated in the Welcome to the Discord YouTube video. That's pretty much all there is to say about this main lobby section, this main chat window section rather. So going to the right, we have the fourth and final window of this component, which is the Players tab. The Players tab indicates all of the players that are currently playing in the game. You can filter them to search for a particular individual's name, or when there aren't as many people active, you can just look at the players listed. The players listed will be alphabetized by role, and it will indicate whether they are in the lobby, and the editor playing a match, playing against a CPU, or taking any other actions that are inside of the game. When I said that this players list is alphabetized by role, the roles are delineated by color. A developer will have a bright, almost angry red color. A moderator will have a burnt orange color. A user who has a premium account, as detailed before, will be almost a bright neon-like green color, and then users who do not have any of those extra permissions but still have a named account will be in yellow, and guests will be in gray. Notice that these individuals, even in this relatively small player listing right now, have their names alphabetized by their role. For instance, Itano Circus is not alphabetically before Gladify, but happens to be there because of the role. Whereas Talion X, actually his name is alphabetically after the name of any guest, but because Talion X has an account, Talion X's account name is listed here over all of the guests. So one of the other benefits of getting premium is that you will be in the area above yellow names but below red and orange names. And one of the benefits of making your account is that you're far more memorable as, let's say, Gordo87 than you are as, let's say, guest underscore 347782. Moving on from that, we're going to go to the final section of this main UI, which is going to be the play bar. The play bar is going to be so-called because the first thing we're going to cover is play. Click here to create a new multiplayer game. Now, you can join the existing game, such as we identified over here in the games section. However, let's go ahead and create a map. When you hit play, you will get this. It will say create multiplayer game. You have the ability to search for a map and then provide a game name or a password for the game name and password for the map that you find. You can pick from one of these first 12 maps. However, as you can see, there are 919 pages of maps. So there are a lot, and I mean a lot of maps for you to pick from. But once you pick a map, let's pick Ravage because it's the first map. If you are the map's creator, you will notice a couple of things. You will be able to see a mini-map of the map itself that you are playing, a little still of it, in this upper left-hand section, along with the name, its size, its number of players, and a brief description by the person who created it, as well as an acknowledgement of who the creator was. There will also be a chat window over here. Chat window functions much the same way it does in the main lobby, whereas if we talk here, it shows up there. Excellent. And you can see that there is a record, again with time, clan name, and the individual's name, along with a copy or a record of what they were saying. If you're the person who created the map, you can do a couple of things. You can add CPU, which is to add a computer player into the game. You can only add computer players so long as there are actually player slots available. So notice, we cannot add any more computers. There are no more free player slots. So we're going to go ahead, sorry it works, and put myself back up there. Here's another thing you can do if you're the person who created the map lobby. You can click Change Map and select a different map. In this case, we're going to pick the second map, Zombie Raid 30 Min. Now we can see that the game that we're playing is Zombie Raid 30 Min. Whether you are the person who developed, made the game lobby or not, you can click Spectate and go down to Spectators. However, if you are the person who made the game lobby, you can manually shift the positions of players, either so that they have a different player slot or so that they go into the spectator role. Additionally, if you're the person who made the game lobby or is in charge of the game lobby because the host left and it was given to you, you can click the Start button. Again, you can only change map, start, or add CPU, or click and drag individuals into slots if you are the person who has made the game lobby. Otherwise, you have access to all the other features that are in this lobby. We're not going to play this game, so we're going to go back. Play versus CPU, the next area, is very similar to the play button. Once again, we create a game, but instead of multiplayer game, we created an explicitly single-player game. You may notice that the game lobby and password are things that we cannot set over here. And while we can still search through all of the maps, when we join a map, let's say Ravage, we not only are lacking in the chat icon or chat section down here within this in-game lobby, but a computer has been automatically added as an opponent. The reason being, it does us no good to have nobody as an opponent in a single-player game. And so, to reduce confusion, a computer is automatically added, at least one, so that there is an opponent to have. You still retain all of the rights of click and dragging computer players or adding a CPU, provided that there are enough player slots, or changing the map. You can also start. However, keep in mind that if you are trying to invite other people to play, you will have some difficulties as this is a single-player experience. We don't want to do that. We're going to go ahead and click back. Next, we have Ranked Match. There's a big blurb here, but the short version is, here you can play 1v1 matches. If you click Start Searching, you get put in a pool with other people who are also looking to play a ranked map. The maps that you can play are listed here. Zeno, Stream Junction, Silent Fjord, Jade Wadi, Cursed Temple, Thieves Isle, Sylvan Charm, and Ravage. What's good about this is that if you want to get familiar with these maps, but don't want the first time you experience them to be on rank, you can go into Play or Play versus CPU, and you will find that those maps are available there. I don't want to click Start Searching and go into the pool in the chance that I find somebody who is trying to play rank at the same time as I am. So for now, I'm going to go ahead and hit Cancel. Next is the editor. Come on. Now the editor is massive and frankly outside of the scope of this video. You can see the number of buttons that are available here and it already is mind-blowing. But to be short and to be frank, you can use the editor to create maps. Those can be maps that other people play, or alternatively, they can be little side projects for yourself. They can be multiplayer maps where people are meant to make giant armies and fight each other, or they can be a story map, or an RPG map, or any other kind of map that you can make. You have access to all of the buildings, doodads, units, etc. that are available here, along with an insane ability of customization and other powerful tools. But again, the editor is outside of the scope of this video, so I'm going to, for now, go to the options and go to Quit. One of the last areas in the play bar to talk about are replays. When we click replays, we will notice that we have a section of previously played games that are automatically saved for us. Now, what do I mean by automatically saved for us? Well, you notice if we look at any map that we are either a player in or that we spectated and were thus in the lobby for, we now have them show up under replays. If you left click the name, and you may see that the name of these replays is generated for us, if we left click it, it will load up that replay. So for instance, this is Norm versus Guest 596320. To a lesser extent than the editor, there is far more going on inside of the replays than are actually possible for me to cover in the scope of this video. Suffice to say, if you want to share a replay with your opponent, or get a replay from your opponent, or just watch a replay for yourself, replays is the area to do it. And you can do that with a couple more items inside of it. Going back into replays, we see that we can press save next to any one of these generated names for a replay. If you press save, you will save the file as a .json file, openable in Notepad, and likely in your computer downloads section. You can also click X to remove that particular replay from your list of existing replays. Now, let's say that you've gotten a replay from another player, either through the Discord, or you're trying to watch one through the subreddit, or perhaps it was linked inside of the YouTube video. For whatever means, it's a replay that doesn't appear here, but you still want to watch it. The way that you can do that is by clicking Load External. It says Load a replay from your computer. When you click Load External, you go through the File Explorer, find the .json file that has the replay that you want to watch, and then select it, OK, and then you get to watch that replay. Going through that right now would actually ruin the full screen ability and some of the flow of the video, so I will not demonstrate that in full. Suffice to say that whether it is a replay that you particularly participated in or you have gotten from somewhere else, you nonetheless have a way to watch them. The final section of the play bar and the final section of this main lobby that I want to get into for this video is the tutorial section. Here you can play several tutorials that will introduce you to the game's basic features. Tutorials are a special subcategory of maps that are explicitly for the purpose either of learning the basics of the game, tutorials 1 and 2, or of playing a short campaign that uses many of the aspects of the game, campaign 1, 2, 3, and placeholder map 4. The tutorials and the campaign are looking to be changed to be in line with what the changes brought into the game were with version 4.3, but for now, and I am biased, they're an enjoyable, easy way to get into some of the aspects of playing LittleWarGame if you are very unfamiliar with the concepts involved. So that's it. I know that I didn't cover everything. There were items in the replays and in the editor that were left out. Those will be their own separate videos. Additionally, talking about what do you do once you're actually in a game of Little Wargame, what does that UI mean, represent, and how you can take advantage of it or control everything inside of it, will again be an upcoming video.